British cruiserweights Viddal Riley and Isaac Chamberlain will finally meet in a highly anticipated all-British showdown on February the 1st. And I'm delighted to say we are lucky to be joined in the studio by two bouncers and two boxers. Boys, hello, good afternoon.
Hello.
Nice to see you. So I've got Isaac to my left, and that means I've got Viddal in front of me. Let me ask both of you the same question. I'll start with you, Isaac, if I may. What's the beef like between you? We've got bouncers. Usually we have one, and we've got two now, and that usually means double the trouble. Why have we got two bouncers?
Start running at each other, man. The fight is done, and blessed. Praise God. For everything. The fight is done, and February the 1st is what I'm looking forward to.
Okay, but you're okay with each other?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Are you, Viddal, as well? Do you look at each other? Can you look at each other?
I think people don't look at it from the perspective we may see it. We've worked really hard to get to these positions, and we're not going to start doing some wild stuff in the studio at talkSPORT. We come here to talk the sport.
That's good to hear. Boys, you can go home, you two. All right, we're fine.
You're a Spurs fan? Is that why you've got the...
Yeah. It's a rough road, but it is the team I support. That's where I'm from, so yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Tell us a bit about the fight. Is it a step up? I'll stay with you then. Is it a step up for both of you? How do you see this fight in your career?
It's more of a step up for Viddal. Obviously, I fought at a higher level, but he thinks he can fight. He thinks he can beat me, and obviously, I think I can beat him. So it's gonna be a great competitive battle. I got my son is in private school, innit?
Yeah. Is he in trouble?
No, I got an alarm to pick him up, but because I always...
You're going to be late, you know that?
No, my little brother.
Oh, boy.
I already sorted it. Sorry.
See, the bouncers didn't even flinch.
No, for me, it's a step up. Isaac's fought at a higher level than me, and it's my time to prove I can fight at those levels. So that's why I've called for the fight. We've gone back and forth previously, and now that the fight's finally over the line, it's just about fighting.
What is it about then Isaac? Because you said that since I think he fought a Coley, you've been calling him out. I want this fight. What is it about this fight that you think, right, I'm ready to step up and take it to the next level?
When I didn't call him out then, but when I saw Isaac and Lawrence fight them years ago, I was like, I can do this. Like, I can be a professional. I can compete at this level. I picture myself here one day. Fortunately, like last year was the first time I got to fight in the O2, and it was just one of those moments where I was like, I knew I could do this. And Isaac being a potential opponent, since we're the same weight, I just always believed like I can beat you. And I still feel that way, and he's gonna try and do something about that, and that's the fun part. That's the exciting bit.
Isaac, you lost your last fight, right, in June. Why did you lose that fight?
Everybody uses that as excuses and stuff, but I don't really want to go into it. So many things happened, but I can't really cry over spilt milk. I have to be a professional in all accounts, not just in my job. So
have you looked back at it then, and you understand the wrongs you made, and you're going to correct them then, I assume?
Yeah, 100%. I've looked back. I've reflected a whole lot. I had to do a lot of different things this time, especially leading up to this fight and the rest. And I feel like I'm in a good place.
You've lost 3 times, is that right?
Yeah.
So with regards to you and your career, how important is this win? What happens if you don't win? Where do you go?
It's a very important thing. It's a very important that I win. I'm not wondering what if I did and all of that. I'm just focusing on getting this win, and I'm not looking past this. This is what I'm training for.
Would you say this is the biggest fight of your career?
Yeah. This is the biggest fight of my career. I've been looking forward to these moments. I've worked to get these moments. Despite like my following and all of that, it can't shortcut you into these sort of fights. You have to earn it. So the fact that I'm here now, I'm just ready to put on a show, and Isaac's a good person to do that with. You've
said that you're ready now, but we've had a lot of boxers come in here, and they've said that they've probably been ready before, but the timing just wasn't right. So is it this now will be today? You feel like, right, I'm ready to go, or do you feel like you could have taken this fight before now?
I could have taken this fight before now. This is when the opportunity has become a reality, like what I've wanted. But I asked for this fight last year, end of last year, 2023. Sorry, we're in 25 now. So yeah, I asked for this fight in 23.
Why didn't it happen?
Because he had better things to do. That's the reality of it. He was British and Commonwealth champion, and naturally you want to progress forward to bigger honours. You're not going to look backwards. So I really don't blame him for doing what he done. But now it's that time.
You two had a run in. I think it was ringside at Audley Clark, right? That was at the O2. I was there for that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Who was it? Was it you, Isaac, that said that he'd been running scared?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Why did you say that? Why did you feel the need to say that?
No, I was just talking about the performance he had against Lowell. Obviously, Lowell damaged his ribs, and obviously he had to adjust his boxing to get the win. And you know how it goes, man. You just like gas. I like gassing the public for the fights and stuff. And yeah, and then obviously I think Chef Clark tried to jump in, and then Chef Clark's friend or somebody else jumped the fence as well. So obviously he kind of came in on a mad one. So obviously all my guys were like, what's going on here? Like, and obviously a big scuffle came out of nowhere.
That's what we want though as fight fans. We want to see two
Yeah,
people
you want to see a
get in the ring and hate each
madness.
other, right?
Of course.
We want to see that. Yeah, we've had boxers in here before that turned to each other and said, I don't mind who wins, actually. Bizarrely.
No, neither of us feel that. I can speak. We don't feel that way.
Do you hate each other?
No.
Come on, man. No, man.
No?
Come on,
Do you
bro.
dislike each other?
No.
It's competition. It's competition. I think.
But you haven't looked at each other since you've been in here.
I
Why is
mean,
that? Can you look at each other? Shake hands?
I mean, I'm not his girl, innit? You don't have to look at me. I ain't gonna-
Did you say,
we looked at each other enough.
girl? Did you say?
Yeah, I said I'm not in it, so you don't have to look at me. We had to stare each other in the eyes a few times already today. We're gonna have to do it a lot more before we actually get to fight. So, yeah, we get to face off more than enough. You know what I mean?
I've always wondered how important is the O to you because you're undefeated.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, you've been beat 3 times. But then some people might say you haven't been tested yet in terms of you've got the 0 where he has, so he knows how to overcome difficult moments. How important is that, do you think, in terms of you not experiencing defeat and, of course, Isaac has?
I mean, it's never something I'm going to feel like, oh no, I need to feel a loss to see how I deal with it. You know, it's
but
like...
does the 0 mean a lot to you? Because you have some boxers that means everything to them, whereas you have others that are just... It comes with the territory.
For as long as you have it, you are like, yeah, I'm undefeated. It feels good to say I'm undefeated. You walk with pride that you're undefeated. Once you lose, I feel like it determines the fashion that you lose. Because as a fighter, if you're fighting at a high level and it's competitive, there's a chance you're going to lose. I feel like as a true warrior, you channel how you lost and how it looked and those things. Not that you don't have your O anymore. You know, that mentality is a way to lose your O.
But let me ask you, you're the current English cruiserweight champion. You've had 12 fights so far. Where are you at in your career with regards to stepping up to maybe get a fight for the British and also international levels?
Oh, these are the things that I aspire to achieve after February the 1st. You know, Isaac knows that I haven't made it any secret. But those things are not going to happen unless February the 1st is dealt with accordingly. So it's the same way I just had a fight in December and everyone asked me, what do you think about Isaac? I'm like, this guy does exist and he's in the way, so I can't think too much about that. The task at hand has to be dealt with.
Where are you with your training now? We've got just under a month, right, to the fight. Where are you both with, I'll come back to you, Isaac, where are you with your training at the moment?
Just training hard.
Okay, still sparring?
Yeah.
When does that stop?
That stops maybe like 10 days.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing it's very similar for you as well.
It's the same. You don't, not trying to get injured and, you know, bring anything into the fight from sparring. So normally about, 7 to 10 days out, you stop sparring. But I've been in camp. I've been training. For me, it's just continuing to do what I was doing before my fight so recent and come through the fight on February the 1st.
I know you two guys are not going to look past this fight against each other, and rightly so, but I'm guessing Jay Apataya is the guy in your division who people see as the best. Is that a long-term target that, of course, if you both get whoever wins the fight later down the line, that's a fight that you guys would want? I'll start with you, Isaac.
Yeah, of course. Everyone wants to test themselves out to be number one and really try and dethrone the champion. That's a given. For
me, I look at all the world champions the same. Apataya gets the most, traction and this fear factor thing going, but they're all champions, and on any given day, anyone can beat anyone. So it would be good one day to battle for one of those belts.
Before I let you go, Viddal, was it you, I was reading, that there's talk of a fight with Jake Paul? Was that you?
We couldn't.
It wasn't you. What do you make of boxers and YouTubers that fight each other, or even YouTubers and YouTubers?
I have no problem with it. I'm part of the reason it exists, so I can't really have a problem with it. It's just I knew that I wasn't going to be a part of it as much as it was created. That's why I'm sitting here with Isaac, a legitimate professional champion fighter, because I didn't want to do the social media side of things, but I can't complain it exists when I help it grow.
No, of course. I mean, there's so much money in it, right? Listen, it's a short career, a sportsman, right? Boxer, footballer, whatever. It's a short career, and you need to make as much money as possible. It's difficult to turn crazy money away for a fight that, in theory, you think you could do with one hand tied behind your back.
Yeah, it's a.
But I like the fact that you don't. I like that. That's nice. That's I think the way it should be. Listen, boys, thank you both so much for coming in. Isaac Chamberlain and Viddal Riley. You both fight not long, February the 1st. So good luck with that.
Thank you.
And I think the bouncers are. I think you've earned your money today by just looking menacing and not jumping in when we heard that alarm go off. Is your kid all right?
Yeah,
is it your son or your daughter?
Yeah, my son.
Your son's all right. He's been picked up from school.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, fine. Listen, boys, thanks so much for coming. Enjoy the rest of the day. More from me and Bentley when we come back. This is Drive on talkSPORT.
talkSPORT Drive with Andy Goldstein. Monday to Friday afternoon from 4 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.